When the early European settlers arrived in the northeast of North America in the early 17th century, they encountered an immeasurable wilderness, an environment with none of the comforts of their English homeland. And yet, while one may assume that the information environment was a similar wilderness, it was nothing of the sort. Information was the key to survival, be it the ability to plant or how to hunt and fish for the native fauna. This information was imparted on these early settlers by a member of the Pawtuxet tribe commonly known as Squanto. Quickly, the European settlers adopted many of the native practices that made up the early settler information infrastructure, including the use of traps, paths, and monuments. Traps, for example, provided not just sustenance and protection, but also provided useful information about the kinds and qualities of the animals living in the environment around them. Monuments, sometimes as informally identified landmarks like a snag or rock outcropping, provided navigation aids in wilderness travel. Much like the natural channel of a river provides the infrastructure for transportation of people and goods, the early American information infrastructure relied heavily on natural processes or practices that complemented the natural environment. As time progressed into the 18th and early 19th century, the European descended population of North America grew and spread along the eastern seaboard, dramatically altering the natural environment through the development of densely populated villages and cities and large areas of tilled land. Likewise, the information environment changed dramatically as a more dispersed population developed more complex information needs based on increasingly complex trading relationships among the colonies and later states, as well as the political challenges of running such a large country. As the 18th century drew to a close, the early development of man-made canals and improvements to natural waterways became more common as the new nation required more efficient means of transportation of people and goods. The information infrastructure of the nation was also evolving in a similar manner, leaving behind the techniques and primitive information technologies borrowed from the native inhabitants of the land. These were replaced by a more formal information infrastructure that included a national postal service, printing presses that produced newspapers, books, and pamphlets, and a transportation system, including the aforementioned canals, that created a means to transport information more efficiently.